Nothing beats a good nickname in MMA. Hands of Steel, Geoff Neal, man. You're looking comfy there. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, yeah, man. I got my little Normatec
Whoa,
sleeve
whoa,
on,
whoa. What are we
so
doing
I'm
here?
laying down. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, man. It's nice to see you back in the octagon, fighting a
hmm
stone's throw away from your hometowns, Dallas, Austin, here in Houston this Saturday. What do you think, like, the family and friend turnout's going to be like for you?
I mean, it should be not too many of my family and friends are going. Like my mom and my wife. Like I don't allow them to go to the fights, but my dad's going to be there, and I got a couple of people from Houston. They're going to show up, so it should be pretty good turnout.
I'd like to get a mandate here that I can also start doing these interviews in bed with a pillow, because I'm falling apart here on my feet, bro.
Yeah, man. It's a game changer.
Yes, sir. We got now. I'm glad you're comfy now because I can't imagine you're going to be that cozy on Saturday. You're taking on Uros Medic. Literally has never gone to a decision. Every fight, win or loss, it's knockout, it's submission. What's going through your mind when you're matched up with a guy who lives by the sword and dies by the sword?
Oh man, like that's how I like to approach my fights, anyways. You know what I mean? Granted, I've been to a whole bunch of decisions, but it's exciting. You know what I mean? I know it's going to be a high octane fight. I'm gonna see how he does in the later rounds. You know what I mean? I don't want it to end in the first round. I want it to be a long drawn out fight. You know what I mean? Something for the fans to watch. I don't want nothing just to boom, the fight's over. You know what I mean? I want performance of the night and fight of the night.
Well, if there's someone who hasn't seen Geoff Neal fight before, I think that nickname Hands of Steel kind of gives it away. Where do you think Uros is the strongest in this fight, and then where do you have the biggest advantage?
He's the strongest in the first round, and he's quick. He's real fast, and he punches hard. Uh, he does a good job. Like in the little moments where there's like little breaks in the fight. Like you know what I mean. Like when people like there's a break, like the fighters like close together, they throw exchange and they break apart. He does good at capitalizing on moments like that. But I feel like I'm gonna pressure him. I feel like my pressure is gonna be too much for him, and it's gonna exhaust him.
Now, I know you said online that you don't really want to talk about it too much more. Is it okay if I ask a couple of questions? And first and foremost, congratulations on your newfound sobriety, just to kind of spin things ahead for what Jeff's life is like moving
Yeah,
forward.
no, it's fine, man. You can ask a couple questions.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I guess first, I'll give a little bit of context for anyone who wants to hear the story. You put out a beautiful message on your Instagram. That's Hands of Steel MMA with a Z instead of an S for hands. I'll let you tell your own story on that platform. But just to catch people up real quick, 5, 6 years ago, you got septic shock, nearly died, congestive heart failure, and then coming out of that was about a 5 year battle with addiction. So first, congratulations on your sobriety, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Now, I know you were saying that like you weren't really only like 2 weeks before your fights were you sort of putting that stuff away and focusing, and as any fighter knows, that's not a lot of time to really get into fight shape. How would you say it like most visibly impacted your performances over the last few years?
I just like I wouldn't push it. You know what I mean? Like I'm conserving energy. Like you can see it in like a few fights, like especially the Ian Gary fight. Like I would just hold him on the cage because I'm trying to catch the breath. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want long drawn out exchanges. You know what I mean? I like the whole game plan for Ian Gary was to go for takedowns. I didn't have the energy to take him down. Um, and just like a lot of other fights, I just the Shaft Cat fight, I was gassed out in the first round, and I was just pretty much in there trying to survive for the next two rounds. It's just I wasn't moving as much. You know what I mean? I'm usually more on the balls of my feet, moving around. I didn't have the energy for anything. I didn't prepare right. The weight cuts were always horrible. I used to go into fight week. I'm like 200 pounds, like on fight week. Like you know what I mean? I weigh in at the scale. But this time I weighed in, I'm 190. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
it's a big difference.
So I guess that might kind of answer part two, but what would you say is the biggest difference in the Geoff Neal that we see today? Like, where are you most excited to sort of showcase what's been missing?
I'm just like my volume. You know what I mean? like I've been really working on my cardio, just trying to get my cardio back to where it was. There was a point before all that happened, I was running like for an hour at a 7 mile pace. You know what I mean? I'm like knocking out like 8.6 miles in an hour. You know what I mean? I was flying. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to get back to the old me.
Yes, sir. I know you said that there wasn't really like one big eureka moment. It just kind of happened. But I know these journeys are never sort of done completely solo. Who are some of the people that we can sort of share the love for, whether it's in the gym or at home, that sort of helped you get back on your feet this way?
I mean, really, it's just sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like my wife, man. Shout out to my wife. You know what I mean? She caught me on like the tail end of all the things. You know what I mean? And she understood, and she's really helped me. You know what I mean? Didn't judge me. You know what I mean? And really pushed me to be better. You know what I mean? And then my kids, like, that was another thing. We just had a baby last year. Her birthday's actually coming up on the 20th. But
congratulations.
Yeah, it's just like my family and like my kids, like they need me, you know. So and I've been shortchanging everybody. So it's like I'm done being selfish and you know what I mean, hurting the people around me.
Well, I know they won't be cage side, but I look forward to hopefully seeing them cheer from home on the sidelines, so you guys can celebrate that birthday over the weekend. Now, as we start to wrap up here, I know we got the fight with Uros. There were conversations of a fight with Kevin Holland. You said, you know, I don't need that sort of energy around me right now.
Not right now.
Was it your decision to just like, was that fight offered, and was that your call to be like, maybe in the future?
Yeah, that was my call, maybe in the future, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I first declined it, like, I hadn't, you know what I mean? I wasn't, like, it wasn't out yet, you know what I mean? And now, like, that kind of gives context of why I didn't, like, want that fight, because there's going to be a lot of, like, behind that fight, you know what I mean? You know how Kevin is. He likes to talk, and then there's, like, beef between the gyms. Like, he doesn't like my coach doesn't like him, and it's not something I want to deal with right now while I'm fighting a whole other fight in my mind, you know what I mean? So it's just not ideal, but like for sure, if he wants to fight later on down the road, we can get it done. But right now, just not the time.
I respect that wholeheartedly. Geoff, as we wrap up here, I was taking a look up and down the welterweight division. So what I want to do with you, a quick little rapid fire game. I got the champ and the top 9 contenders. I'm going to pair them up for you, and I just want you to let me know who would win the fight, and we'll see who survives the gauntlet, okay?
All right.
All right, so first up, number 9 and number 8, we got Joaquin Buckley versus Leon Edwards.
Buckley on that one.
Why?
He'll pressure too much pressure for Leon, and I think like Leon doesn't hit hard enough to stop Buckley from pressuring him.
Okay, then Buckley Usman, who and why? We did see this recently.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with Usman on that. It's already been there.
Usman, Sean Brady.
Usman, and they're both strong wrestlers, and it's probably going to end up being a stand-up fight, and I think Usman will piece him up.
Usman, Carlos Praches.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one, man. But I still got faith. Usman still got it, man. I think Usman would he'll pressure him, he'll wrestle Pratis, and he'll win the fight.
All right, Usman, good run here for the former champ. Usman versus Bilal Muhammad.
Usman on that one too.
Okay. Usman, Michael Morales.
I haven't seen too much of Morales' wrestling to really get a say so. You know what I mean? And I'm an old head, bro. So I'm gonna go for the old vet, man. Usman.
Gotta ride with the era. I feel it, bro. Okay, Usman's making a legendary run here. Usman, Ian Gary.
I get it. Usman again, man.
Usman, Jack Della Maddalena.
Usman for sure. Yeah.
Damn. Hey, well, you know what? You got 2 left, and I think they were happy to hear this because they've been angling for this. Gamar Usman, Islam Makhachev. Who do you got?
Yes, I think that should be the next fight. Honestly, I can't pick a winner on that one. That's a tough one. I feel like that'll be like an even matchup, and it'll come down to like the 5th round between those two. You know what I mean? it'll be something to watch.
All right, we'll call it a draw then. Geoff, I'm so happy to have you back. I'm glad you're feeling well because that Frank Camacho head kick KO still lives rent-free in my head. I bet the Paramount Plus fans have a good chance to see another one this Saturday. Thank you for doing this.
Yes. No problem. Thank you, brother.